In Brazil, Carnival is a traditional festival that takes place annually and is known for their lively songs, exuberant dances, and colorful costumes. In this video, I present 10 facts about Carnival. Follow me on this trip to the world of Carnival, and don't forget to like, share the video, and follow the channel. Number 1. Meaning of the name Carnival. The year is 590 AD. And Pope Gregory officially recognizes Carnival, a pagan festival, on condition that the following day, Ash Wednesday, be used for purification of sins committed during the festivities. The term carnival has its origins in the Latin expression carnem levar, whose meaning is to move away from the meat. Number 2. Carnival in Brazil. Carnival in Brazil originated in 1641, in Rio de Janeiro, with the Portuguese. The party took place in the first 3 days before Lent and was divided into 2 types, popular and family. Popular was held in the streets, and there was the custom of throwing water, eggs, and flour between people. The familiar took place in the houses and clubs of the nobles, and the custom was to throw lemon to smell at each other. Number 3. The fantasies? The Brazilian carnival has European roots, coming from ancient Rome, where there was a tradition of celebrating in the streets in honor of the gods. In Italy, the nobility wearing masks hid their identity to be able to go to parties at court balls. What started with the use of masks and wigs is now one of the main attractions of Carnival. Number 4. The end of Carnival. Ash Wednesday marks the definitive end of Carnival in Brazil and the beginning of Lent. She has that name because there was a custom of marking the forehead of the faithful with the ashes of a bonfire as a sign of penance. Number 5. The Baianas. In a parade of samba schools, the Ala das Baianas must have at least 50 baianas in the schools of São Paulo and 70 in those of Rio de Janeiro. This tradition was born and remains alive with the schools that, year after year, compete with their sambas, songs, and parades of allegorical cars. However, the Ala das Baianas was born long before samba schools became popular. It was the taieiras, groups of black women who wore typical white Angolan costumes with colored ribbons, who popularized the street parades to the sound of African rhythms. Number 6. Carmen Miranda. The singer and actress Maria do Carmo Miranda de Cunha, better known as Carmen Miranda, was born in Portugal, but her importance for Brazilian culture is immense. It was through his famous fruit hat and Bahian costume that Brazilian carnival culture arrived in Hollywood in the 1940s. Number 7. Sambadrome in Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. Every year, in the capitals of São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, samba school parades take place. The events, which are televised, bring to the Sambadromo de Marques de Sapucaí and to the Sambadromo do Anhembi presentations marked by floats, drums, all in a very organized way. It all started in 1932, with the journalist Mario Filho. He decided to organize the first competitive parade of the samba schools. Number 8. Street blocks? The street blocks emerged in the second half of the 19th century and had the participation of members of the elites. They paraded in costumes, decorated cars, and musical bands. The first carnival block in Brazil was the Congresso das Cidades Carnavalescas, founded in Rio de Janeiro in 1855. Number 9. How did the dolls of Olinda come about? The tradition of building giant dolls emerged in Europe, probably during the Middle Ages. It started with pagan religions, which brought their myths as great figures. The custom arrived in Brazil along with the Portuguese in religious festivities in the figure of Catholic saints. Since 1931, the Homem de Meia-Noite puppet is responsible for starting the carnival in Olinda. Today there are dozens of dolls representing different figures. They are always accompanied by a brass orchestra and can measure 3.5 meters in height and weigh an average of 35 kilos. Number 10. The biggest carnival group in the world, Galo de Dawn. Galo de Madrugada is, since 1995, the largest carnival block in the world according to the Guinness Book. The parade takes place every Saturday of Carnival in Recife, Pernambuco, and was born in 1978 with the name Clube de Mascaras Galo de Madrugada. The objective of the block is to celebrate Pernambuco street carnival and local culture through frevo, maracatu, saranda, caboclinho, and mangui beat. These were the 10 curiosities about Carnival. If you liked it, leave your like, comment, and share.